woman in an RCM patrol.
I would really prefer not to talk to you right now. I don't know. I mean, why would I want to talk to you? By the... Okay, fine. Let's...
What does one talk?
What precinct?
Fucking deranged lunatic.
You're getting an intellectually unsatisfying vibe from this conversation.
I don't...
Don't say anything, Judith. Me? No. I'm just a man with sunglasses.
Okay.
I'm just looking up.
No one. I'm just a man with sunglasses. And you are?
Yes. A policewoman who just wants to do her job. That's all.
Something about the man with sunglasses and you.
Yes?
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul. Of course, like a small through a PA system, by other people. You have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation, but it's out there. No, don't sing the happy song. You have to find something tragic to sing first, though.
You look like shit. And I don't mean that as a metaphor. Wow. You seem stable. And No, what do you want?
There's something about this guy that matches. He might be wearing a disguise.
I'm not getting involved in this.
God.
Yes, it's a hobby of mine.
As if waiting for some kind of reaction or response. Something to click. It's not happening, though. Who is...
About what? You don't look like a cop. You know what you look like? No, you will not start blabbering about that asshole.
There's something that binds you to him. Some kind of an outfit, maybe. A uniform. The police of animals, yes.
Well, I am interacting with the most dangerous animal of them all. You. To yourself.
Can we help you with something?
No.
No, he doesn't.
If I wasn't clinically depressed, I'd burst out laughing. But I'm gonna go with no right now. Actually,
Come on, Jean.
Okay, say things.
Suddenly, out of nowhere,
So, do you know who hanged him? I don't know. Why are you?
it's like you felt it would be intellectually stimulating.
Oh my god, there's more. You want something more? Okay, why not? So, do you know who hanged? Yeah, I can see that. I don't know. Why? Oh my god, there's more. Watch out for you.
That voice, so very familiar. Did you hear it?
Oh really? I wonder where. That's the where you remember me from? You don't say.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
Can I help you? Absolutely.
Absolutely in the question. Your body is ready, sire.
Got the 20 real. Good. You got the room for the night.
Hi, gendarme. Another rendezvous. Hello, hello. So what brings you here? You did? And how did you like him? Ah, shoot. Why not? He has keys. And he likes the view. To the sea, I mean. Friends, I told you. So, that he won't be there when times get... It is. A visitor from the first world. To his opportunities in Occident, Sir Leclerc. Or is it just money? I don't know. What about me, gendarme? Oh yes, let's see. He knocked on my door a few days after the lynching. Nothing. That I didn't see anything. What friend? No, I don't think it... Muscular. Handsome. Yes, but he was speaking to someone on... Yes, you know those tiny speakers, just reporting back whatever I was telling him. Let me think. Yeah, he sounded vaguely Oranese. No, not vaguely, scratch that. Sure. Anything else? Admiring the atmosphere. What about you, officer? Convenient. But what are you doing here? Talking to me.
Could he be this sexual? Just pointing it out. We're not talking about some kind of cult with members here.
The homosexual underground? Why, yes I am, officer. Why? Do you want to investigate? Oh, it's a pleasure group. A sub rosa pleasure group congregating in cellars under the cover of night. Or Thursday night. Sometimes the congregating doesn't even... Why not? Don't you want to hear about how we want to destroy the last... Or the true symbols of security? Mother and father, and you won't even know who you are anymore. Yes, we listen to a lot of disco. Some say we are going to change the family unit with all this razzmatazz and finger dancing. And with mysteries, you can't just get into it. You have to be born into it. One is either already in the homosexual movement or forever excluded from it. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's exactly what we're looking for. I have to say that you do look like someone who might be part of the underground. You have that very distinctive... Do think about it, officer. Absolutely one.
A man like you can figure out his sexuality in a working day. It won't be 20 hours unless you want to enter the...
Bye-bye, gendarme.
The man ponders his cooking utensil. He looks up at you. Then, shrugging is an international sign for... A rusting control panel. You grab the handle and pull. The water lock starts moving.
All right, we can go to the coast now. Expect rugged terrain and drunks.
There's no way to listen to the tape. A pawn shop. A pawn. A banged-up motor carriage lies half sudden. Remember the tire tracks in Martinez? This is where they were leading.
It appears to be so. I agree. We should...
You get a sudden sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up as the logo is too deep in the murky water. You can't make it.
The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet. My guess is...
The estimate is correct. The incident, the motor carriage, is a single day in the salty seawater would ruin most vehicles. But this one,
Let's wait for the low tide.
great idea. Then we can get the things inside. The joy papers. Papers would be cool.
I don't know. An hour or two, tops?
As you sit down in the old rust, the hinges creak under you. Nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter. The tune on your lips forms. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance. Then, two birds on a wire whistle. The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on it. Looks like this might take a while. Time to present a good topic for discussion.
I'm pretty sure I told you already, didn't I? My dad and mom are both...
Clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass.
Luckily, I am already a member of an independent organization, and therefore do not have to choose between a...
Your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass.
Detective, I've been able to make out the mark ever since we arrived.
Yes. Why haven't you?
It is a simple and rugged machine, favored by working men, government offices. 41.
It's as if he knows what it stands for. Does he know something about the driver of this vehicle?
A precinct, yes. A police...
A massive pit opens up in your... No. Just nope. Say no.
I'm afraid so, yes. It looks like you started in front of the whirling, jumped over the canal, and then drove your vehicle in the sea right here. Of whom? I don't think so.
Probably. Tried.
Detective, we don't. A rescue operation really isn't viable at this point.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and doesn't.
You can still whistle. Besides, the night is always darkest before the... People are more valuable than machines. Training a police officer is even... That is very unlikely. You'd be lucky to find one undamaged component in there. In a few months... Well, not cheaper. This motor carriage costs 40,000 real. But in the long run, it still makes more sense to buy a new... Let's face it, this is a substantial loss to your district's budget.
This was 20% of the station's vehicular...
I'm afraid it will have to be there like that for many years. Look at it.
看，
Yes. Let's go.
感觉自己开下去的。啊，我的戏都在这边啊。
Great news. The boat is big enough for a grown man like you to fit underneath it in a supply.
Huh? Sarcastic self-pity is not... I understand the situation. Look,
You have a home somewhere. The worn and beaten wooden...
we can sit on bed.
You can revisit the bench.
You're not sure about the melody, but it might...
Welcome to the fishing village.
Then how does she know you're here?
I still have a golden ear. Come, come. Oh, welcome, police officer.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was 12 years ago. You also came to take care of trouble then. Wish you did. But still, no, not you personally. I meant the RCM. He was brooding, needed some help opening the door. You got it open for him.
She says it as if he was on some kind of spiritual retreat.
Oh, the usual. Dark tidings. Maybe they are, because you're an ill omen. But you're still welcome here. I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to... Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us? Just us. This is pretty much a non-place.
The place is so pornographically poor, it's not even...
Over there, you can find more of the same. Shacks, an old military hospital. After the war, it was turned into a Goodwill hospital. Now the area, the Goodwill ran out. The staff left and the place was shut down. It's here for you? No, officer. The only money we have here is some coins the drunks tried hiding from their women. Well, there's Lillian and her kids. And then there's the drunks. Not a pretty sight. What are you interested in then?
She nods, rinsing another piece of cloth.
Not much. There's the abandoned church. Some things just don't fly, officer. Look around.
So,
No, we've tried, but things just keep happening. Crime, accidents. Oh, before you get to the church, there's some ruins. An apartment of note. The old fish market up on the board. As I said, is it me? No one. Just an old washerwoman. Mother called me. Now it's your turn, Mr. These things happen, okay?
She makes it sound like losing... Around here, it's probably even more common.
Eh? What's this about? Come now, I can't read all this scribble. Then nothing good ever comes from paperwork.
mister.
She clutches a small stuffed animal. Occasionally, she twirls it around.
It's Lammy.
Lambie is a stuffed lamb that, admittedly, has seen but
Yes. Lammy has lived a long life. Lammy was a... No!
I think she means revolution.
Yes! Lammy, my mom's outside. And I don't really know about my dad. It's a grouse.
Wasn't Garth, the cafeteria manager, trying to repair a piece of taxidermy?
Sure. I mean, you already took it. Bye!
The scruffy-haired little boy, the other one, looks indistinguishable from him.
Yes.
The stone-kicking one becomes frantic all of.
He looks just like me.
The boy doesn't answer. The rock kicker was just being.
You're bad with kids. Maybe I am. Now, how about some actual police work?
The kids don't reply.
Good to see you, friend.
Does he actually know you? Or is he just shopkeep friendly?
So what do you want? I got smokes. They're cheap. Very cheap. I got Pilsner. Great deal. You won't get a better deal on that. Sure, friend. You know it.
Don't mind old Rosemary here. He's a buffoon. Let's have a word after you're high.
Oh. The system's been good. You see, friend, man makes his own luck. And I made mine real good. Got my hands on... Bought cigarettes, bought beer, even bought a bit of speed.
The hook. Where is it? I can't see it.
Hook 'em and cook 'em, huh? You want to buy something? Let's keep it... In the civilized world, it's a custom to tip the shopkeep.
The noxious odor emanates.
Don't you call her? Yeah! Don't call Abigail! Abigail.
You're not going to get. Never thought you'd see such a thing in your life. But this.
Don't you fucking call her! Hear me? Don't call her!
A drop in temperature, an easy flow there. An empty street. Before you, a thorough. A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other.
Correct. The density, meaning this is a lot of bullet holes. Looks like fully automatic. The manufacturing and sale of automatic rifles was curtailed after the revolution.
A police badge on which you see the
At least something good came out of all this.
encased between two durable plastic sheets. You see a photo, a name. The man keeps winking at you with his green-gray eyes. The photo is, but the badge is new. 8, maybe 10 years. The guy, what do you think? His face is already contorted. It looks better on him because he is. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see,
Harrier, that's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrard was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
the badge in your hands shines as you rotate.
Lieutenant W. Freighter. The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I am a lieutenant. The title of Yefreitor is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain. There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's décomptage might be taken, or sometimes promoted officers do, and sometimes they just prefer the type of police work available to their current rank. In your case, lieutenant. Yes, apparently you've had a rather successful career in the past, and this leads me to believe maybe your current situation is only temporary. People have been through worse and gotten back on their feet, Lieutenant W. Freighter. Décomptage is the hierarchical system.
The countdown is modeled after the dual leadership system employed by the...
The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are the patrol officers, kings like satellite officers, and the additionally a freighter rank I already explained. You are given the title of satellite officer if your partner is quickly promoted through the ranks and you rise with him. You don't. No, I've been putting up with you because despite an unconventional, it matters more than driving your motor carriage into the sea. And now we've...
Such a small yet precious...
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Jamrock, Precinct...
The numbers are not there for good measure. They have an administrative purpose.
4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when you were promoted to the... A new badge usually comes with a new...
The case created a lot of edge you have to take off. You're pretty sure you weren't doing well, but better?
Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41. Like mine says 50. It's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock, but then again, it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too. It must be an honor and a curse.
Roberts, Feuerbach, Dimitri, he knew all those people. Although they're not. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. It's just a racist. Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage? Understood. You're... You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40-month construction period and the zoning plan in the addendum. Take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40-month...
主角感觉很厉害啊，可他是遇到什么事情才让他变这样，还是他本身的努力让他变成这样？
Go. Nice and easy.
There's a cylinder.
Who's there?
His self-conscious infusion.
Is that the police?
Don't worry, Gary. I'll handle it. To what do I owe?
That's sarcasm. He takes no pleasure from your appearance.
Of course. Thank you for passing.
The 881 is a raised motorway that separates Martinez from Jamrock. The labyrinth of street.
Oh, good. We should
看，所以
really
是
be
我
getting
撞
back.
倒那个招牌掉下
Gary
去，
is
然后
a
造成手
charitable
掌没办法
bid.
打开。看，
Did he say we can go?
Yes, Gary. We can go soon.
Sir,
I just have to do one more round. See if the phasmid has taken the bait. Then we're going. I've just always liked animals and puzzles. So, no. Very few cryptids are ever discovered, and not for a lack of the list of cryptids kept by the Cryptozoological Society. Two are categorized as confirmed. Yes, the Chateauquan forest pygmy, who turned out to be an extinct species. We cryptozoologists are brutally honest with ourselves, more so even than the public. With cryptids, most cryptids are, in fact, it is 0.05%.
He has clearly done his math on this. There is no surprising him or swaying his opinion.
It's not child's play, just because I have to traipse through the mud every so often. Real. I know you think one is a respectable profession, while the other is superstition. Everyone does. My methods do not differ from other scientists.
Your nerve endings tell you there is no such thing as a positive surprise.
No, as I said, I have yet to...
Interesting. Something for later.
Everything from forgotten regional lore to newspaper accounts.
He's interested in things that people believe that scientists don't.
Most establishment scientists only care about reputation and remuneration. Yes? By whoa, man. You mean my wife understands that?
Come on, Morale.
And leave the traps? Absolutely.
Come on. She wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reef.
I'm doing this for science, and so is she. Of course it's important to her. She's seen
it?
Yes. That's how we first came. Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian phasmid together. No.
I could go for some trap setting.
I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer. Yes, indeed. Both require a great deal of research. There are 4 in total. One is to the south, on this little... Another we set in Land's End, to the northeast. It's behind a small sand dune there. The third is set near the canal, where you crossed, by a concrete... You should check at least one of those before returning to this one.
that seems like a lot. Do we really have time for this extracurricular venture? Is it?
Bring it to me at once.
He's not comfortable with the possibility that you'll claim the find, but he's lying about this even to...
That's highly unlikely, officer. But in the event you do, it's made of musk and research chemicals. The pheromone should attract the insect to you.
I hope you're not buying this. It dispenses it without letting you touch the canister, so it would be precious like holy...
It is precious. A single dose cost me 50 real to develop.
Right. Which means you two can pack up and go back.
Finally.
Thank you for your help. Gary and I will start breaking...
If it's more cryptid-related business, what about his eager-to-leave friend Gary there? Talk to him too, perhaps.
Hello, I'm Yellow Man.
The lieutenant raises. Yellow Man?
I'm just waiting for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps so we can return to civilization. I like nature, just not this bloody.
Degenerates. This man respects authority too much. To see the truth inscribed upon thine own visage. Pretend thou art a paragon of virtue.
Dark times will do that to good men. Oh, so that's what the RCM in Martinez is about.
So you do?
No, no. Nothing. He was some kind of mercenary.
He's not feeling very comfy. He didn't kill him or anything. But there's something going on here.
My mug?
His eyes widen at the sight of the mug. He's seen it before, all right.
Really? I hear it all the time. All in jest, of course. No offense meant to anyone. Okay, I admit it. I threw the mug. You're not going to find me, are you? Whew. Thank you. You won't regret this. I don't know what got into me, really.
What did you do, Gary?
Nothing.
Here we go. Start pumping that.
I know a guy who works with the trash collection services, CS Municipal, so I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. I'm sorry, okay?
Disgraced. No need for the histrionic, sir.
He studies his reaction. Gary doesn't answer.
Officer, please. Let me... I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. Then I came out to clean up the rags, because no one else would. Okay. I was...
Right. It was just...
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Armor? No. I mean, yes. Of course.
An infant could see he's not telling the truth. There's something going on here. You should observe him more closely after this talk.
I hope I can help your investigation.
Does this mean you were in his apartment, admiring his colonial mug collection? Perhaps it would be interesting to tell him.
Not many Sealites here, or anywhere, other than say... No, no problem at all. Sure do.
His eyes narrow slightly. He's wondering where this is going.
Of course. Of course.
Is he? He's looking comfortable enough. Maybe it was just beads. Sounded like beads. But what kind of beads might a man like Gary be hiding beneath his clothes?
Why would I do that, officer? But, officer, I'm not wearing any women's clothes. No, no.
After all this time with...
Oh, yes. The burning rhino. A rhinoceros that looks ordinary during the day. The flames are not just for during the burning rhino's mating season. Herds of male rhinos. Local peasants call it the passion ring.
The lieutenant sighs without looking up from his note.
They have special ducts just above their shoulder.
But how is this combustible fluid lit?
Always a pleasure to see an I mean...
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Tran Hailostam. You must be Kim Kitsuragi, right?
Nice to meet you.
Yes, hypertext. Young Carp and the collection of... Oh yes, so Mikhail. They had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago. No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers. Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into...
The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor, or someone who's been on...
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in 08.
Wow, get a load of this guy. He really enjoys his trivia. The Orbis programming language was named after its inventor, Victor Orbis, a cybernetician from Grad.
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building. What not a lot of people know is, this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical. And Felt, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape. They started out as a Midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal... Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve. Or should I say, they were developing an ace up their sleeve? It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building. An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution. Revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bring them to the average consumer.
这个字也断在好的地方，性的商用机器。
Which is a feat of engineering, even today's giants, Rehm, ICN and...
He assumes something like a combat.
Indeed. What?
The revolution!
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those. All of this was built by Feld, even a boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D. But of course, what else? I do have some money, yes, but that's not what...
No, I mean, come on. You need the money. If it's not a thing, he can give you some.
Oh no, I don't have it on me, officer. I'm just spending time with my kid here, showing him around the lesser-known parts of...
Not that he would have to worry about being robbed. He looks surprisingly buff.
I do some...
Low Mantang stick fighting is a form of martial arts originating from the island of Low Man.
Actually, a great many cultures have their own version of stick fighting, such as the...
You doze off as he paints you a man, he's good at...
But anyway, I'm boring you with details again. You were saying? Lomantang stick fighting is a little like a Berolidin addiction. I've been practicing it for nearly 20 years now, so you can...
Wait, what does this man know about Pyrrolidon addiction?
You got me, detective. But my history...
Dad's fighting with sticks every night after dinner for 4 hours.
That's right, Mikhail. It also has a meditative quality. Helps to clear my head. But anyway, no, thanks to you for having me.
Pick your brain, if anything. You see, a once bright neuron tower, a slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time.
Looks like tomorrow never came. Looks like tomorrow.
地上都有钱。
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You hear the tone. The machine is in operation. Calling. Still end of tone.
Pierre? Is that you, Pierre?
Say you're not Pierre. That seems like a better idea. You don't know why.
Do you have any news about Pierre? He's my sister's grandson. But who are you then? A salesman of some sort? Modern goods are rubbish, and I can't afford them anyhow. It's to hell with the police.
Her voice is drowned in white.
恶作剧电话。那电线杆怎么感觉看起来很容易就炸掉？
Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing. It's streaked with dried seagull shit, and it seems likely that it was left in the surf until someone laid.
Please tell me you're not taking that with you. It's a guano-encrusted jacket, and you're...
The smell. It's awful and familiar. Don't you recognize it? That hideous punch. Something cold. The signs of decaying meat. It announces itself from the lieutenant. There's some tear. An empty cigarette packet. 2 empty bottles of...
A tragedy.
Whoever tossed it here was a red Astra is the black market version of... You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on. It's no older than a day. Or... A man lies on the boardwalk. His limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to it.
Hold on. Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead.
Another dead body. Calm now. Carefully. He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old The leather jacket suits him. You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked light.
Good. We should take a look.
The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head. You have to be quite inebriated to fall there. Or maybe it was just dull. His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his moustache. Height, 170 to 175 centimeters. There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around. A dried chunk of blood covers. This is what...
I don't see any other major wounds, do you? Seems like the head wound was fat.
They screech under your feet ominously. It's hard to see. He could have easily disappeared. They screech under your feet ominously. He could have easily a 0.75 liter Tallulah vodka. It's mid-market spirits with a slight touch of
tear all around.
Rubowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man, the blackness of death.
He ate the whole pack, right? I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum.
The entire boardwalk.
Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot took. But that's just a lazy assumption.
At least this man knew how to party. Imagine the same scene without the bottle. Now that would be just sad.
We do know that he was married. But you're right. Let's not run ahead. Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate act. What about it? The deceased ate some...
Sometimes a kebab is just a kebab.
No, I don't see anything that points in that direction.
Agreed. If this somehow converged...
Oh, yes. Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning, but I think that death arrives through head trauma. They'll seal this place off after the news reaches the court. Not that sealing it off would keep anyone away. It does seem to be a pretty straightforward miss. From where I stand, I can see two options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle. A field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't... I'd say we should just write down head trauma in the autopsy report and leave it at that. It would save us at least 2 hours. Maybe, but we don't really have much time or resources to spare. Alright, we should first examine the library card you found. Then we can call the station from my kinema.
A man lies on the... The library card is folded into two, and still, Billy is a unisex name. Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller. Stand a little less between. Most of these titles seem to be in the sun. If lost, please return the card to the library. Dial 005 02 55211 or visit us.
Good. We should give them a call from my kinema.
Good idea. There was plenty. It's just a racist mug. What's the library card? Billy is a unisex. You pick up the handset. There's a tone. The machine is operable.
那这种回车上打。
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you.
If you really think we should get in there, we need to find some other... Can you hear the pulsing bass underneath the east wind?
Heavy wooden door, nothing happens.
I don't think that's going to work.
The carving on the door is block-like and angular. The surface is smooth from the wind. This cheap-looking padlock it'll be easier to break the staple than the... You see a yellow circle with 2 X's and a big curve below them. There is something blindingly modern about this symbol. It's the contrast between the cheery chemical yellow and the rigor mortis. As if the cheery guy, he takes off his glasses and uses a blue...
No. Looks like a dead man smiling. Suggests Junior. I haven't seen that sticker before, and I'm not a youth.
This cheap-looking padlock, it'll be easier to break the staple than the lock. Also, there's nothing like the sound au revoir sticker. The padlock passes through a staple that's been hastily attached to the wall. Should you want to get through...
Maybe we should circle the building first and look for another way. The building has seen enough.
An old door, worn by elements, guards.
It's military. Probably something that is no longer there.
There's a trap in the reeds at your feet. Looks like the reeds sway. The wind picks up. Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten.
Big surprise. Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go. Surely.
The reeds, the wind...
Yes? A shaggy-looking girl in her late...
Oh.
Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold.
I'm listening. This is a portable recording device. Actually, just 1 wire. I picked on it. A contact mic.
Your mangled brain would like you to know there is a boxer called Contact Mike. No, you're welcome.
The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from same place I got the recorder from. The Elysium. Sure. Okay. Recording, I guess. I think I'm recording cracks in the ice. But there's
What happened to the old headphones?
My boyfriend sold them. I don't know, man.
A lie. They were...
The musicians in the Elysium used them for making music. Anyway, I thought I'd make... I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too.
The sharp drop in endorphins is almost visible.
Take this, your call.
No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that.
It's okay.
That? The boys think it could be a place.
And who are these?
Yeah,
And why is that?
they got too much stuff. Music stuff, mostly. Like this tape. Yep, they were pretty. That stuff is more expensive than...
It's probably amphetamine. It makes you...
I got my recordings to do. I feel better outside. Go ahead. Okay. Bye. Hello again. It's supposed to become... Except that... Yeah. Go ahead. Recording, I think.
What happened to the old...
The musician... Anyway, I don't really know.
The sharp...
Take this.
No, man.
It's okay.
Thanks. Go ahead.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff.
Come on! Get in and close the flap behind you. Sorry, you barely...
You go ahead. I'm sure you will fit.
A young man with peroxide blonde hair.
Hardcore! It's hardcore! Skibbity, skibber danger. I am the rear...
You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair.
Hello, I'm...
There is definitely something futurist imbecilic. Yes, should the his grip is strong.
This is my posse.
The young man...
An egg. Egg! Together with a settled burger, who's out there right now, we have many in a pipe.
That means...
You see, we've been all over Jamrock North.
Also for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw and...
Places are shit.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. Yeah, it's a matter of occupied ecclesiastical property. I'm talking about the church. And I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual...
Dopeheads! Burnouts!
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about...
Strikes...
And sadder yet, because the dope...
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze. Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
The spooky kind. You know, officer, you really should judge that for yourself. But keep in mind,
also, they don't eat or... People just want to spin tapes without them...
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever...
All right, man.
Yes. I asked Noid to install a measure against more...
I had to do it in an hurry. Not my best work.
But not long. Like a week, maybe? I'm super sure they're alive. I mean, come on.
Somewhere in the ruinous past that led you here, there was something called exams.
Okay,
I'm sorry too.
Of course. All right.
You sense the trajectory of the little piece of metal. Ka-ching! The key hits your palm. The speed free, a respectful nod.
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know. Yes. When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was about...
One of them has wires running into both. Andre!
Oh, and it...
No! Felt like silence.
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church. A couple of times. And we felt sure. What? As always...
Wow. So someone's been a little But yes, my standard liege. Someone's seen all sorts of wild ideas. No need to be defensive. The regular... Of course you do. Let's get right to it. My lord's coppo type is regular cop. I'll let everyone know. I'll send out a telefax. Good. A pane of eternite, barely holding it up. It could fall over. The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk. Heavy wooden, the lock.
Let's go.
A great whoosh of in the heart of the... A machine stands in the corner.
Another radio computer. We should leave. I doubt this place bears any connection to the case. It's also quite similar to the one we have.
The one you saw earlier was the Ream Civic. The Ream Prefect is the governmental version of the commonly used Ream Civic model. Silence in this part of the church. It's maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be good. And then it's gone. It seems the sound here is you can hardly hear your own breathing. You produce a few muffled thumps. Your voice is barely audible. The lieutenant points to...
Can you hear anything? The church just has...
Maybe the church was designed this way to prevent boisterous activity. He doesn't seem entirely convinced, though. The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible. Then the silence, the darkness. Just darkness without end. It makes your head spin. There's nothing.
Officer.
You see something. Maybe it's possible. In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism. This is her cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from under. Your knees touch the floor. The floorboards are hard and cold. The world is silent, but for the creak. The woman looks down at you, kneeling. She towers among her followers. She acknowledges the passing of someone who is still alive. As that useless word, your fingertips touch your chest 4 times. Then you rise from your knees into the apricot-colored light of the window. Above you, the woman still smiles her distant smile. sundered by the... Despite the damage you've done to yourself, the title appears lodged in your hip. No amount of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It has survived the deluge and haunts you still, and will haunt. But she was not hell. There you stand, below her once more, with your shards glimmer in the dark.
The old woman in the village was right. It's a minor landmark, not easy to find.
On the coast of an uninhabited...
There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Sept Sœurs, they call them. The 7 We should be respectful here, although the building...
Respectful? Is the lieutenant a follower of DeLorean? You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12... A familiar apparatus. The reeds bend. The constant. This trap is also full of...
Another empty trap. Yep.
This is the trap. Nothing but locusts in...
Empty as all of them. One more of these, and we're done. I'm just glad we haven't found some poor cat.
Nothing has changed. The remaining windows rattle from a strong...
No. I had a partner well enough, actually. It's all...
休息。